Hello guys, welcome to C Programming by IT Tools Training. I'm Deepthi. So in this session, we are going to install one more IDE, that is Code Blocks. For this entire course, I'll be using this IDE only. So how to install that? First go to browser, type Code Blocks, and then the first link which will be visible is codeblocks.org. Let me zoom in. Here you can click on that. You can click on downloads. Here download the binary release, and then you can come down. Here you can see MIGW setup. Here you can go, click on that. So it is getting downloaded. Here you can see, let it get downloaded. Now it got downloaded. You can open that. Yes. Here it will be asking for terms and condition. One thing, if it is just showing in a folder, just click on that. It will take you to this installation process only. I agree for the license. Let it be default. I hope this is visible. Okay, see, let it be default, and it is choosing the path in C drive. It has to be in C drive. Okay, just you have to click on install. It is getting installed. Do you want to run code block now? Give yes so that we can open. It got installed. Click on next and finish. So you can see it is just opening. Here only it says code block is open source, that is free, and cross-platform IDE, in the sense it is usable with respect to any of OS. Okay. Okay, this is your code block window. You can click on file, new file. Okay, here it will be asking with many of options. You want dsource, Fortran, you want empty file with C++, you want to create header files. What do you want? So I'll be choosing C or C++ source. Click on that. I want C, so that all your header files, all your keywords will be having meaning. Next, you have to choose full path of the file and file name. Let us browse that. It's your wish, anywhere you can save. I'll save in C drive. After that, anything you can choose, or let it be here only. You can give any name. File name extension, you should remember, it should be always .c. Any file name .c. Now here you can type your code. If you want to zoom in, control scroll. Okay. Here you can see line numbers. Easily you can see in which line you are, which line error is there. Okay, I'll show that error you can save easily. All this by seeing only you'll come to know what are the tools are there, what are the options you will get and all. Okay, first let us type. If you have not seen the previous video which we worked with the TC IDE, I'm just starting once more. Main is function name in C. So with the function name main only, your C program starts. After that, I have to open and close flower bracket. Main should be in small letters, open and close parenthesis. This is the syntax. After that, flower bracket, it opens and closes. See, in Turbo C++, you were doing this opening and closing. It closes automatically for you. Some of the features are there which will be helpful for you. First, let us print anything. Printf. Printf is also inbuilt function here. Printf with small letter, open the parenthesis, open double quotes. You have to use double quotes only. Anything you can type inside that, whether it is having meaning or not, this string will get printed on the output screen as it is. So this is called as string. If you are taking a single alphabet, you can call it as character. A sequence of characters is called string. After this, you have to end this line with semicolon. Now let us go with header files. In the last video only I have told, but anyways, header file contains C function declarations. To define all the functions and variables in C++, you need to use header files. Hash include, see, it is suggesting you stdio.h. All the header files will be having file name extension with .h. Okay, now you can go with this, or you can add one more header file. Anyways, to the next program you need that when you are using getch. Okay guys, this is nothing but your source code. This will be converted to machine level only with the help of compiler, that is your IDE. Now, in order to run this source code, you have to first build this. So how will you build? Either you can use F9 key, which will be building as well as running. For just running, you can go with Control F10, or here you can use buttons. I hope this is visible. Here, this is for build and this is for run. Build, run. Okay. First, let us, okay, this also have said, I guess, line numbers are visible. And if you want to maximize this, control scroll. So font size will be increased, easily you can see. Okay, first let us build this. Now, if you want to see if there are any errors or any warnings for you, you can go to view, you can click on logs, or F2 key you can use. If you are clicking on that, a window will be showing. I'm having a warning here. If you are having nothing, it will just display like there are no warnings or no errors. If you are having something, it will just display. Okay, it's fine. I'm going to neglect this warning. Now I'm going to run. You can see whatever I had typed inside the printf, as it is getting displayed. Process return, execution time also it is displaying. Press any key to continue. Okay, this ID is far better, no, compared to Turbo C++. Easily you can make out. This is your output window. You can close this, maximize this, minimize this, right? See, it's visible. Control scroll I'm doing, back scroll if you are doing, it's going back. Here also you can minimize, maximize, anything. Guys, I just want to tell you, don't minimize this. Once you see the output, always close this. If you are not closing, you will not be able to build or run once more. See, I'll show you. Now let us make a change here. Now you are not able to build or run because you have not closed the window. You have to come back, close this, then only you will be able to build or run your project again. Fine. Okay guys, next let us go to one more example. Instead of just printing the message, let us declare variables. Control Z. Okay. Int is the inbuilt function or data type in C for using integers. A is my variable name. Say for example, your task now is you want to add A and B. A value will be given, B value will be given with, and you want to add both things and you want to store that value in C and you want to display the value of C. Only you want to display the value of C, nothing else. So how will you do that? So first of all, this is your variable name. Any name you can give, any word also you can give, no issues. Instead of A, you can give value 1, value 2, something like that. It's fine. A is equal to 2, you can give. End it with semicolon always. You can declare here B and B is equal to 3. Like this also you can declare the variable, or it's your wish. Int A is equal to 2 you have declared here, only the value also you have given here, which is of integer type. This variable is of integer type you are telling, or you can give like this. First of all you are just declaring the variable and then you are giving the value to that, or you can concatenate everything, comma B is equal to 5, comma C, where you want to store, semicolon. Okay, now C is equal to A plus B. What do you want to print? Only value of C, right? So for integers, percentage D you have to give so that only value of C will get printed. Now you are telling only integer value should get printed. Percentage D means it will display integer value. So which one you want to display? C. So you are just typing comma C here. So C value as an integer will get printed on the output screen. Since you are giving inputs, let's give get ch, get character and return. So what is get ch? In the previous session I have told you, it reads a single byte character from input. Say for example, you are giving value to A, B and all, you want to pause that for a second and it has to take value to A and B respectively. You can give get ch. And what do you mean by return? Return statement terminates the execution of the function and return control to the calling function, the same function. Okay, let us run this now. First of all, we need to build this. Okay, let me show this properly. Okay, the warning is telling return with no value in function, returning non-void. Okay, I can neglect this, or you can do one thing. You can give void main instead of main. Here in main is a name of function which every C program will be having. In the previous video we have discussed, but anyways here you can give void main, int main, or inside this as argument you can give void so that this warning will be avoided. It's fine. Let's run this. The answer is 7. I'll show that clearly. I hope this is visible. Just giving enter, process return, press any key to continue. Okay, 5 plus 2 is 7. Okay guys, I hope you understood how to install CodeBlock and how to execute program in that. Some of the features of CodeBlocks I have told you, I have shown you how to execute program. I really hope this was useful and you understood everything. In the next sessions, we'll be continuously using CodeBlock and you will be executing many of the programs in this. So clearly you will understand how to use CodeBlock. Okay, thanks for watching.